Hello everybody, Love Pets here. So today I'm going to show you how I set up my Linnie cage. They are also called Lineolated or Lineolated Parakeets, Barred Parakeets, Catherine's Parakeets. So I just call them Linnies. Now the cage, this cage is 24 wide by 17 deep. And with Linnies it's better to go longer than it is taller. Linnies prefer to crawl, I find anyways. They prefer to crawl than fly. So this cage has a pull-out tray, which you can put newspaper, paper towel, or both in there. And it has a grate here, which is not removable. And that's one of the reasons I don't really like it, because I can't remove the grate. I have to take the whole cage, everything apart, and wash it in the tub. So you have to really clean the grate. You can put newspaper on top of the grate, but I find my Linnies anyway just chew it all up to shreds, and it makes them go into nesting behavior, and it's just a big mess. So I just put the paper in the tray. So I use newspaper, and then I put paper towels on top, because the paper towels really soak up the droppings. So if you own a Linnie or you want to get one, you have to know that Linnies, they have a massive droppings and very watery. Because Linnies need a lot of fruit and vegetables in their diet, and their poop is not like Budgies. It's huge. And so what I do is I put the paper towel on top, and then sometimes you can just change the paper towel, leave the newspaper there until a day or two. But I find this helps, and it helps with the smell as well. So I put the paper towel on top of the newspaper. Okay, so I'm going to be taking out one of these dowel perches. I just like to use the one that's in front of the bowls here, because it's long and they can walk along here and kind of get the food. I'm going to be putting different perches there at the back. So we just need the one long perch. So I got these perches here. They're fur perches, and they're all different sizes and different width. This one's a little bit skinnier. This one's thicker, and this one's about the same, but it's just a little bit different texture. So I'm going to be putting these perches along the back, and they attach on here with these wing knots in the washer. It's pretty good. So I'm going to put 3 of them along there, and they're going to be going from the back of the cage to the front of the cage. And just so the Linnies like to climb and walk, I like to put 3 of them so they can get to one perch to the next. So I'm going to do that right now. Okay, so here's the 3 perches, so they can, hop or crawl to all 3 of them. So there's 3 now going this way instead of one long one going across. So now I am going to add their favorite item is the boing. The boing helps them, crawl back and forth to the next perch. They really love these boings, Linnies. A lot of birds do too, but I find the Linnies especially love those boings. I'm also going to add one of these flat perches. I really like them. I think the birds like them. They like to sit on top of them instead of sitting on a perch all the time. A flat surface. And it's just put on the same way as the perches. Then I add one of these plastic clips. It's great to hold in some greens, apples, whatever you're going to give them. I put it actually right above that flat perch, and that's why they like to eat up there. So I can hook something up and they can sit up there and eat it. And then I put in their cuddle bone. I find Linnies don't really chew on these a lot, but I give it anyways. So I put that right beside the flat perch, so they could sit on the flat perch and chew that if they like. This is a covered water dish. It's really good to keep the water clean so they don't go to the washroom in it. And I put it right near the perch over there so they can crawl across and take a drink. Okay, what I like to do with this second dowel is I place it in the cage also, but I put it on the same height as the first one. There we go. And they can use this boing here. If they're here, they can crawl up here to go there, or they can crawl across and go to this perch and go up and around. And another boing here would be good, beneficial for them as well. And don't forget their toys. Linnie's love shredding toys. I just kind of washed these and they're drying up now. And you just put the toys near the perches and they can shred away. Okay, I like to add a few more clips. There's different clips. There's plastic one, there's metal one. You can even use a clothes peg. This is one I hang their millet with. I like to put the clips right near the front so that when I give them something to eat, it's easy for me to access. And their food bowls will go here. And I also put other food bowls, like their vegetables and stuff, I put it on the ground. And I just use a twist tie to hold up this door. So when they're out, this door doesn't accidentally close down on them. And it could hurt them. So always, if you have this cage, any cage with a guillotine door, when the birds are out, always tie it up. Because you don't want your bird to get hurt. I just want to show you this other tip that I've figured out for myself. For the top of the cage, you know, if you got other birds or your own birds walking on top and it's pooping up top and everything else, I like to keep it clean and I like to keep it safe if there's a bird inside that bites other birds' feet. So I went to the hardware store where they sell carpets and I got this plastic carpet runner that goes over top of carpets. It's very flexible and you can cut it with a scissors or X-Acto knife. So I cut it to fit the top and I put this little hole right here in the middle. That's for the handle. Fits right on top, and then at the ends here it just fits in these little hooks that the cages have there. So right here, see these hooks here? It goes right inside there, and that way it doesn't fall off. And it's easy to clean, so when the birds poop on it, you can just take this off and put it in your tub and clean it off, and it keeps the top of the cage, you know, clean, so the birds don't poop through the bars and make a mess underneath. They can poop on here. And also this is a nice like play area. Instead of the birds walking on the bars and getting their feet stuck in there, you can put a bath up here or a bowl of food or toys, and then they can have a good time on top without having to worry about getting, you know, stuck on the bars. I don't think birds like to constantly walk on these bars. So this is a tip that I'm going to share with you. You can do this with any cage. You just stick it on top. If there's a handle, put the handle through and you're ready to go. Okay, there's my Linnie cage. I'm going to get my Linnie, see if she'll go in. Now these are 3 Linnies. I don't keep all 3 in there. But I just want to show you them inside.